The fires of backyard barbecues roasting ears of sweet corn drenched in melted butter is about as American as you can get. But this is not the full picture. The cornfields here in Iowa produce so much more. It's actually a very tiny chunk of U.S. corn that ends up as food, less than 10%. The biggest portion goes to the cows and pigs as animal feed. The rest is exported, turned into ethanol fuel, or saved for next year. But each one of those markets has shrunk since 2020.
2020 is going to be like a four-letter word, I'm afraid. I'm Lance Lillibridge, live in Benton County, Iowa here. I also sit on the board for the Iowa Corn Growers Association.
The storm that struck Lance's farm and his neighbors all across the Midwest snapped down almost ready to harvest stalks in hurricane-force winds.
No matter what happens, we go to work and we provide food on that table.
But the weather damaged what was already hanging on by a thread of corn silk. The trade war with China nearly broke the bank for these farmers.
When you have government regulations that take away your ability to market, that's out of our control to an extent. I mean, that's when we have to start looking at who we're putting in leadership and how we vote and stuff like that. But
you've heard that from farmers?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yes. This might be the turning point. I've had several say that they're really on the fence about how this is going to all happen.
Well, then we hit COVID.
The pandemic took away the restaurants and meatpacking plants. Can you sell this?
No, this couldn't even be used for cattle feed now.
And now the storm. It exploded 50-foot grain bins and squashed what could have been more than $3 billion worth of corn into useless junk.
It's like zero revenue at this point.
How many farmers around here are going to lose their farm?
That's a good question. I hope none of them do. A good friend of mine had a sale. He's not going to be able to do it again.
After how many years?
He farmed for 35 years, grew 35 crops.
And that was before the storm. Now homes are crushed and fields are flat.
It's been a struggle, but we've all made some good strides to move forward. And then, we get this. And
as tractors with no fields to harvest whir as makeshift power generators, these farmers are looking into their options. Some will sell the land, others will collect crop insurance, but that's not all it's cracked up to be.
It helps, but nowhere near covers the loss.
And that's something they're still calculating.
It's still not a source of income.
In Benton County, Iowa, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.